Well, the rain system, I have to finish up, connect these barrels together with a pipe so that once one's full it flows into the next one and then it'll flow down to the pond. But for now it is functional and doing its job quite well. The mowing I did today was, most of it went into refilling this bed with some more biomass, which was mostly grass clippings and weeds. Underneath this there's a Aug1st. There's logs in underneath this compost, as well as lining the edge. I still have to trim off some cardboard there. I do have grass coming up here and there, but I can weed it all out and starve it to the sunlight. But I'm going to try just adding more compost over top real thick, see if that kills them off. As you can see, the cattails are doing quite well and they're spreading. This pond flows down. I have a chunk of pipe off an air seeder from work, and an air seeder system uses plastic pipes all over, but it's a pressurized system, so a hole in it is a problem. Well, I don't mind about a small hole because all I want is the water to flow down from one pond to the next pond. As you can see, the dog enjoys drinking the water out of that pond, so it benefits the yard, benefits me, benefits the dog, benefits the air. It's all around good. But I'll use that plastic pipe and I'll just bury it at a certain level, so once this pond is overflowing full, which it often is during a good rain, because it's all the water off the north side of the house, then the water will flow down the pipe and into the bottom pond. Because at this point, during a few hot days, I end up having to add a lot of water, because this pond, I should have dug a little lower on the lip there. And as a result of not doing that, the water goes up to the plastic, stops, and soaks in and doesn't run into the pond. But as you can see, everything in the pond is doing amazingly well. This bed and this bed here were sheep mulched, just as this top bed has been. So next year I'll be able to plant and hopefully have a bed that looks like this up top. The tomatoes are doing quite well. The cranberry, it seems to be doing pretty good. It was a little rough at the start, but now it seems like it's sending off new shoots and liking its new habitat. The new rhubarb's doing well. The dog's getting another drink. Being a black dog on a hot day is a hard thing. I've got an onion there that's just kind of going crazy, but here is all the heirloom lettuce. We've got more than we can eat at this point. I need to start selling some. There's another onion going all to seed. I should really take off those seeds and plant them. And the spinach, I've been cutting it back to try to keep it from going to seed and making sure it's putting out more leaves and seeds. As you can see, it's gone so crazy that it's actually covering my little tree here. So I have to cut some of this back. As you can see, that spinach stalk is just huge. It's like a forest of spinach. Over here, we've got our spaghetti squash. And the exciting thing is, we're starting to get little flowers on them and little squash. As you can see, there's one there. It's gone to flower. The flower's dying. And now it's growing a little spaghetti squash, which should grow quite large. It's been a really hot, dry day, so if we don't get any rain tonight, I will be having to water. I probably wouldn't have to, but I just check in each bed. Dig down in the soil a little bit. And actually the moisture level here is quite good. As you can see, it's got grass on top, grass clippings, and then it's got really nice broken down light loamy compost that's just like a sponge. I might add a little water to this, because one thing you got to think of, especially for something like an apple or a squash or any kind of vegetable like that, even a potato, is that a lot of that fruit's biomass is water. Or not biomass, but a lot of its mass is water. And then some of it's water, or some of it is biomass. But, so you need to supply a lot of water just to make sure that they're going to grow. So rather than just go water every day when you think you should, you actually want to dig down into your soil a little bit and just feel what your moisture level's like. As you can see, as I dig down here just a couple inches, this is just rotting grasses in here. The moisture is quite good. And then I dig down a little bit more, and I'm to a different level. Here's some older soil, some older composting biomass. And as you can see, it's breaking down in a real nice soil, but it's quite moist. I can actually squeeze that and there's moisture in it. It's just like a sponge. And here we've had 2 hot, really dry days. Whereas the normal soil here, which is pretty much gumbo, which is old lake bottom, because this whole area used to be covered with water, it does absorb soil, but it becomes, or moisture, but it becomes really hard soil because there isn't a lot of organic matter in it. And there's old organic matter, but as we use it more and more with the monoculture, the nutrients are being taken out of it and it's just drying out and becoming dust. And it becomes really hard when it's been rained on. So by adding biomass just through your grass clippings and your home compost, everything like that, you can build really beautiful soil. Like I say, this bed was only built a year ago, and then it was left to compost for the summer, and then I planted in it. As you can see, it has taken off, and where there was just grass before, I now have pond life, biomass, lots of edible plants, more food than I can eat right now. It really is the way to go. If you're picking up your grass clippings already, why not turn them into another flower bed or a garden bed? Why not make yourself a little utopia? Eventually, all this up along here, I want to be terrace beds like this. Every year building more, so that as the moisture soaks down the yard, it soaks in, down, comes out the hill, soaks in, down, constantly feeding your beds so you hardly have to water. The good biomass acts like a sponge maintaining that moisture. Well, that's my update for today before I ramble on for too long. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.